Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into a major development in South African politics. In a rare but constitutionally sound move, Minister of Mineral Resources and Energy, Gwede Mantashe, has been officially appointed as acting president of South Africa. This comes as both President Cyril Ramaphosa and Deputy President Mashatile are out of the country, each on official working visits to the United States and France, respectively. Now, this isn't just a routine appointment. It's happening at a politically sensitive time, with South Africa under the newly formed Government of National Unity, a structure aimed at stabilizing the country's politics after recent elections failed to give any one party a majority. The spotlight is on every move the government makes, and Mantashe's temporary rise to the highest office in the land is no exception. So let's unpack what this all means, why it matters, and what South Africans can expect during this period. According to a brief statement from the presidency, President Ramaphosa is currently in the United States on a working visit aimed at strengthening bilateral ties. Meanwhile, Deputy President Mashatile is in France for high-level diplomatic engagements. While the specific agendas have not been made public, it's clear that both leaders are representing South Africa's interests on global platforms, focusing on diplomacy, trade, and multilateral cooperation. With both top leaders abroad, the Constitution allows the President to designate a cabinet member to serve as acting president. Enter Gwede Mantashe, a veteran political strategist, longtime ANC Chairperson, and one of the most influential voices in South African governance. Mantashe's appointment reflects more than just availability. It reflects trust, political seniority, and strategic positioning within the ANC. He has served in multiple senior roles over decades and is widely considered a pillar within the party. But he's also a divisive figure, admired for his experience, yet often criticized for his firm stance on energy policy, especially around coal. Let's talk about that for a moment. As Minister of Mineral Resources and Energy, Mantashe has been central in shaping South Africa's response to the ongoing energy crisis. Load shedding remains a key issue, and his department has come under fire for what critics say is a slow transition to renewable energy. Supporters, however, argue that he's balancing economic needs, job security, and energy demands in a very challenging environment. Now, as acting president, he steps into a broader leadership role. While it's a temporary appointment, it's a powerful symbol of continuity and a real test of executive functionality during the absence of the nation's top two leaders. This appointment is also taking place as the Government of National Unity, formed to represent a broad coalition of political parties, gets to work. Public expectations are high, and political tensions are bubbling beneath the surface. In this environment, the role of acting president becomes more than administrative. It becomes a signal, to citizens, investors, and political allies, that South Africa can maintain governance stability in a complex era. So what exactly can we expect from Mantashe during this short period? First, don't expect sweeping changes. The role of acting president is constitutionally limited. He will maintain state operations, sign off on routine matters, and ensure cabinet processes continue. But politically, the move allows us to observe how senior figures in the ANC are positioned in times of leadership transition. Second, there's a lot at stake in terms of public perception. Mantashe is seen by many as a potential power broker in the ANC's future direction. His conduct as acting president, even for a few days, could influence how he is viewed within the party and beyond. Third, this shows how South Africa's constitution provides safeguards to ensure leadership continuity. Even when the president and deputy president are abroad, the executive doesn't stall. The constitutional provision, outlined in Section 90, empowers the president to delegate authority to another cabinet member, reinforcing the idea that governance is a team effort, not a one-man show. Now, let's zoom out a bit and ask a broader question. What does this moment tell us about the future of South African leadership? Some analysts believe this may be more than just a temporary arrangement. With elections looming and the ANC facing internal challenges, the question of leadership succession is on many minds. While Mantashe has not publicly positioned himself for the presidency, moments like this raise the profile of leaders who may be part of that conversation in the future. There's also the international dimension. The visits by Ramaphosa and Mashatile suggest that South Africa is working hard to maintain and deepen its global relationships. In a world grappling with shifting alliances, trade realignments, and diplomatic recalibration, South Africa wants to be seen as stable, forward-thinking, and reliable. The ability to continue domestic governance without disruption, even during overseas engagements, is part of that image. And let's not forget the local challenges still facing the country: energy insecurity, unemployment, service delivery protests, and the ongoing debate around coalition governance. All of this forms the backdrop to Mantashe's short time in charge. In conclusion, Gwede Mantashe's appointment as acting president is constitutionally sound, politically strategic, and symbolically significant. It gives South Africans a glimpse into the resilience of their political system, the depth of leadership available, and the complexity of governing during a transitional period. Whether you support him or not, one thing is clear: Mantashe is a major player, and his time as acting president adds another chapter to his already extensive political career. What do you think about Gwede Mantashe stepping into this role? Does this strengthen your faith in the political system? Or does it raise concerns about the direction South Africa is heading? We'd love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Your engagement helps us keep bringing you in-depth political analysis and current affairs content. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.